Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gene. You guys are watching Lubed for season number 3, episode 4. And the Edmonton Oilers opened their season last night in a extremely disgusting, absolute horrific performance for the decades. I'm going to be honest with you guys. In all the time I've watched, and you try to forget about the worst performances that you see out of the Edmonton Oilers, but this is probably one of the worst ever hockey games I've seen the Edmonton Oilers ever play. And you know, I know you guys were venting. I'm actually happy I do these episodes a day after the fact, because if I would have came on live right after the game, I probably would have been using F-bombs and who knows what on the channel. And I tried to avoid using that kind of language. But it was shitty. It was a shitty effort by the Edmonton Oilers last night in all aspects of the game. It was disgusting. Now, the only good thing that comes out of last night's effort is we know, like, very, very likely we won't see a performance like that again this season. Like, we hope. And if we do, like, even if they lose 6-1 on Saturday, it's still a better performance. 8-1 loss to the Vancouver Canucks. Brutal, unacceptable. I don't know what to say. You guys in Edmonton are lucky because at least you guys can console each other. I had to go into work in British Columbia to hear the chirps all day long from my coworkers, which they're all a bunch of good guys, but boy, oh boy. I even told Sammy last night, I think I might have to call in sick because I didn't want to deal with all the stuff I was going to have to deal with it. But yeah, that was ugly. However, they do get a rematch on Saturday night, and I will guarantee this, they will win this game. I guarantee they're going to come out much stronger. And if I'm wrong, then I'm going to have to face you guys later. Okay, let's let's get into what that game last night. So, obviously, Brock Boeser was the stud, scoring 4 goals. Now, I don't know if Safeway or Save On do their score and win anymore, but I know back when, who was it? I can't remember, but there was one in Edmonton where 100,000 was won on 4 goals. I don't know if they still do that. I can't remember who the player was. I remembered it earlier today and I can't, but it was the guy that we got for Lucic. And you guys will probably chime in and help me out here with the messages and the comments. I see there's a few of you guys with a few comments. So yeah, hopefully someone won at least 100 grand in that. And hopefully it was an Edmontonian, because to witness that disgusting effort, it was unreal. But Brock Boeser, yeah, 4 goals. Pedersen was unreal. Thatcher Demko dealing with a flu and actually puked in his mask. Apparently there's reports that he puked in his mask in the 3rd period. That's why he was pulled. Was able to still ham up a very good save percentage against the 2 best players in the world. Yeah, there's nothing to say good about that game. It was disgusting. I watched the Oilers fanatic. He was not very pleased with what he saw. I don't think any of these YouTubers that do on the Oilers were pleased with last night's effort. But I can honestly take solace in thinking that the next game is going to be an improvement. Much improved. I hope. I really, really hope. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into the scoring summary from last night, as Boeser scoring 4 goals. Now, the first goal was Connor Garland, and this goal, I do not fault Jack Campbell at all, because it was the most amazing sweet saucer pass from Elias Peterson that put it on Garland's stick, and he swayed off to the left, and boom, right behind. He zigged and zagged Campbell, and yeah, there was nothing about it. The second goal was ugly. It was a point shot from Brock Boeser. Again, what we saw last year with Campbell, glove side, problematic. So I'm hoping that, You know, we saw some good phases in the preseason. I praised him in one of my videos on the preseason. I hope we're not going down that path again where his confidence is gone to shit. But not a good effort at all. So Brock Boeser gets his first of the night at 11:27. That was from JT Miller and Philip DeGuspe. In the second period, Brock Boeser gets his second of the night, JT Miller and Philip Hronek. The natural hat trick comes in at 7:30 as he scores on the power play from Pettersson and Kuzmenko. Then Leon Draisaitl, a glimmer of light for the Edmonton Oilers on the power play from Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard. However, Elias Pettersson on the power play from Quinn Hughes and JT Miller. We go into the third period. At that point in time, I basically said, you know what? I'm going to head out. I'm going to start doing the thumbnail for this episode and just kind of listen to it. And I hear Brock Boeser scoring his fourth from Quinn Hughes, Philip Hronek, JT Miller on the power play. And it end off with Dakota Joshua at 14:48. 8-1 is your final. Ugliness, brutalness. Hope we don't see it again this season. I really hope we don't see it this season again because that seriously was horrible. Okay, let's break down some of those numbers now. As I gotta just pull up that graphic here. One moment. Okay. Some of the numbers that obviously stood out for me, obviously, losing by 7 goals is huge. And Brock Boeser having a 4-goal night. Those were the ones that stand out. Everyone knows about that. One of the numbers that really kind of surprised me is both Jack Campbell and Stuart Skinner both had 16 shots on them and both allowed 4 goals each. So they were both a .750 save percentage last night. And Thatcher Demko was a .955 with the flu, puking in his mask later in that game against the 2 best players in the world. Not good. Kane, McDavid, and Bouchard. Okay, so Kane was a -4. Bouchard and McDavid were -3. Draisaitl was actually 0, even though he got the goal, but he was at 0. So he was on the ice for one of the Vancouver goals, and he was probably one of the best players last night. If you want to look at anyone that kind of shone, but yeah. McDavid was actually, I don't say this that often, he was brutal. Bouchard, brutal. Can't say, like the whole team. The whole team. I'm not going to blame the goaltending. Not going to blame anything. I'm hoping Matthias Ekholm gets into the lineup. I think we need that calmness behind the blue line that he brings, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So yeah, the numbers definitely didn't favor. I'm not going to do the X Factor this year and call out this player and call out that player. I'm just going to break down the numbers of what really stood out. And those are the numbers that stood out for me. So what does that leave us with? The rematch on Hockey Night in Canada on Saturday. I'm guaranteeing a better outing. Will they win? I'm not going to guarantee. Well, I did kind of guarantee that earlier. Maybe I'll still put my guarantee on that. They will win on Saturday night. But boy, oh boy, that was an ugly match. I'm beating a dead horse. I know, guys. I apologize. Again, if I was doing this last night, I think I would have been a little bit more fired up and not so friendly. So, yeah, let's hope for a better outing at Rogers Place, or we may see one of these prime green jerseys going onto the ice if we see another outing like that. And I can almost guarantee that if they have another outing like that, that could very well happen. And we don't want to see that happen because that's a slap in the face when fans do that. Yeah. Let's get to some of your guys' comments and that. As I'm going to just scroll up here. Get into some of your guys' comments. Shane, it was brutal. Oh yeah, it was 100% brutal. Let's hope it's a one-off. And Shane, I really hope it's not 2010 again. Jesus Christ, if we going down there and back into the decade of darkness, man, I don't know if that would, if I'll have enough motivation to continue with this channel to see that. So let's hope that it isn't. Anyway, guys, I think I am going to wrap this up for tonight. Again, ugly effort. Let's hope that we see better from them. Yeah, I don't know what to say, guys. I know you guys are feeling the same way. It's like some of the comments I was reading, like literally I heard one guy writing a comment, "Thank God it's over," and you know, there's all sorts of comments. So we have right to vent because we are highly expected to not only be a Stanley Cup contender, but to actually win the Stanley Cup. And we're playing against a team that they don't even know will make the playoffs. And to get spanked that silly by the Canucks was definitely a wake-up call. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the content I bring. If you like the content I bring, please be so kind to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Pass it on to your friends. I try to bring a different look to this channel. I will see you on Sunday with this channel to do my recap of the rematch, which hopefully will be on a more positive note. Also, I'm hoping, I still have yet to talk to Sammy and confirm, but I'm hoping we are doing an episode this Saturday. I just got to see how he's coming along with his move out to Kelowna. So, as always, guys, stay healthy, stay happy, stay hydrated. We will talk soon. I'll see you Sunday. Have a great evening.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I show you what